Hello everybody, in this video we're going to be tracking a big massive storm that will bring severe weather for parts of the southeast US, bringing tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hails, as we have very strong local jet winds that will cause big tornadoes and damaging winds. And hence chance for severe storms today, and also a widespread lightning risk of severe storms today. Along with that, all the perimeters and all the greens will be there for tornadoes. Along with that, this system will bring some very strong winds on its own, and it will cause some blizzard and also a lot of snow for the backside of the storm. So let's get right into the video. Alright everybody, so now let's get right into the video. So hope you're having a very good Friday. I am too, on January 12th, 2024. In this video, we're going to be tracking this big massive storm that is threatening the US, that's bringing severe weather for parts of the south and a blizzard for parts of the backside of the storm. So if you like these detailed videos that we do on my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss another upload. So let's get right into the video. So first of all, let's talk about this big massive storm that's happening right now. So if you live in parts of the southeast right now, we do have ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings and a few tornado warnings right now as the storm making its way towards the southeast. And this storm will be making its way towards Georgia and the Carolinas. We do have a severe risk today. In the backside of this is bringing a lot of snow in parts of the upper Midwest in the Ohio Valley, including Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin, getting a lot of heavy snow, and it's going to keep snowing all day. Along with that, it's not just going to be snow, it's also going to be some very strong winds for y'all too. So now, let's get right into our alerts on National Weather Service, because boy, we got a whole lot of alerts right now. We got wind advisories, we got wind and storm warnings, wind and storm watches, freeze warnings, freeze watches. We got all that kind of stuff. So the right here, guys, in this area right here, this is wind advisory. It means wind's gonna be pretty strong as the storms make its way through. If you live in part of Tennessee, Kentucky, northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, even Carolina, it's gonna be windy with these storms too. So that's why we have the wind advisories. Wind storm warnings out for parts of Wisconsin and Michigan, because y'all fixing to get a lot of snow for y'all. And also we do got wind chills, we got gales warnings, we got severe thunderstorm warnings. You can see in that Yall right here, this Yall right here, guys, a severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of Mississippi as those severe storms make its way through. So a lot of alerts going on right now, so it's gonna be a pretty busy day for a lot of people. So now let's get right towards the severe weather this side, because we do have a enhanced chance for severe storms right now for parts of Mississippi and east and western Alabama. And this is being driven by the wind threat. 30% hatch risk for significant winds of seeing hurricane force winds, which is 75 plus miles per hour wind gusts. There is a hail threat, but very low. So tornado threat, there is a tornado threat. 5% risk for tornadoes for parts of Alabama, Mississippi, South Georgia, South Carolina, and even North Carolina. So please be aware for those tornadoes. 5% risk for tornadoes. So first of all, before I get into severe risk, I do want to show you the overall U.S. weather forecast as the storm making its way through. So as I'm recording this right now, here's a storm right now making its way through the southeast U.S. Look at this, 977 millibars, bringing lots of heavy snow, blizzard conditions over those Great Lakes, Wisconsin, Michigan. You're getting a lot of heavy snow. This snow will make its way towards the northeast, and this storm is out here by this weekend. So now let's get right into the severe weather side. What's causing severe weather? Thanks for this huge trough, negative tilted trough that's making its way through the southeast U.S. and that's what's going to cause severe storms. So look at this. As we time this out, here comes this big, huge trough, very strong dynamic trough, negative tilted. That's going to bring us severe weather. You got mid-level jet winds anywhere from 115 to 120 knots, possibly get over to 125 knots. Very, very strong trough, and it does strengthen as it gets towards the southeast. So now, the little jet winds. These are winds 5,000 feet above our heads. The 850 millibar low-level jet wind. So how strong the winds are going to be in the low levels in the atmosphere. So you can see parts of Tennessee, parts of Mississippi, parts of Alabama. These low-level jet winds are going to be very, very strong. And that's why we're going to have that risk, that 30% hatch risk for damaging these winds. It's because we're going to have a lot of wind chill, a lot of wind energy with these storms. So as we time this out, the wind energy does kind of die down, but we still have enough wind energy in the atmosphere to support thunderstorms, tornadoes, and damaging winds. Not as strong like it was for parts of Tennessee and Mississippi, but still pretty strong for parts of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So you will have damaging winds, and you will have the threat for seeing a few strong tornadoes. And this system makes its way out here by this weekend. So now, how about dew points? We need dew points at least 60 degrees or higher. Are we going to have that? So as we time this out, you can see here comes this dew points as these storm systems make its way through. Here comes all this Gulf moisture, all this moisture, dew points getting pulled out of that Gulf. Look at this. Got dew points in the upper to mid 60s. Got low to mid 60s for parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida got some dew points, so we can put a check on the dew points, and also we can put a check on the wind chill. How about our potential energy in the atmosphere, our Cape? So you can see we do get a decent amount of Cape of parts of Alabama, Mississippi, then a decent amount of Cape of parts of Georgia and South Carolina. We got anywhere from 400 to 600 joules per kilogram, which is that's low Cape, but still enough to support some thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms. Then all of this Cape does get eaten out as the storms make its way through by this weekend. So now, how about a significant tornado parameter? And this is based on adding on the wind chill, the dew points, the energy, all the greens you need to support tornadoes. And the higher the numbers are, the more favorable the conditions are to support tornadoes. So the red is high, the purple is very high, and the light purple is extreme. The yellow is medium, and the green is low. So you can see we got very high significant tornado power down towards Louisiana and Mississippi. But the thing is, we don't have much storms down there. But look at this. We do get a huge lot of tornado power. Look at this. Parts of South Alabama, western panhandle of Florida, getting towards Georgia. It does start to die down, but we still got tornado power for parts of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, especially eastern South Carolina and eastern North Carolina. Look at this. We got significant tornado powers, values of high. So please be aware for those tornadoes. So now we're going to look at our updraft Fluidity tracks, and I forgot to region this to southeast. Okay, there we go. So these are based on every time you see a track, it's a rotating storm. Now, it's because a storm rotates, as it means always going to be due to a tornado. To keep that in mind. But look at this. We do have rotating tracks for parts of Alabama and Georgia. Not much of South Carolina, but still it's possible to see rotating storms. So please be aware for those tornadoes, those rotating thunderstorms. So now we're going to time this out. What the weather is going to look like as these storms make its way through. So you can see, as I'm recording this right now, okay. As I'm recording this right now, we do got some very strong storms moving towards Mississippi, happening in Mississippi right now. A lot of heavy rain happening for parts of Tennessee. We got some storms moving towards Alabama. By the time we get in towards noon today, around 12 o'clock, these storms start making its way towards Alabama. As we get in towards 2 o'clock today, 2 p.m. today, look at this. We got all these storms. Look at these, the street supercells moving towards Georgia and South Carolina. Those are ones we have to watch for the potential of tornado producers. By the time we get in towards this today, look at this. Very, very heavy, strong storms moving towards South Carolina, North Carolina. Got a lot of the street supercells, so we have to watch the potential for tornadoes. That's why we have that 5% risk for tornadoes. But the thing is that a hinge chance severe storms did drop, because we did used to have a level 3 out of 5 chance, but that now has been downgraded to a level 2 out of 5 chance. But look at this. These storms make its way towards South Carolina, then North Carolina, then it's out of here by Friday night. So now let's get right into towards how much lightning these storms going to have. So you can see very strong storms moving towards Alabama and Mississippi. Look at this. All these strong lightning storms moving towards South Carolina. So please be aware for the lightning, and these storms are out of here by this weekend. So now let's get right in towards the cold side of the storm. How much snow we gonna see for parts of the Ohio Valley? So as we get in towards later day, towards noon hours, look at this. A lot of snow starts to make its way towards the Great Lakes, Wisconsin, Michigan. Get ready for a lot of snow. You can see a little bit of winter mixed with that, a little bit of freezing rain, and a little bit of sleet with this. And look at this, all this heavy snow. The darkest blue right here, guys, is very, very heavy snow. We could be talking about blizzard conditions over those Great Lakes. Wisconsin, Michigan, Milwaukee, that includes you. Heavy, heavy snow. But we told y'all, so please be aware. Look at this, over the Great Lakes. Look at this heavy snow. That's very heavy. So please be aware for that. Pennsylvania, New York, the snow starts to make its way too. But look at this. Like it's going to be snowing all day until we get in towards tomorrow hours. Wake up on Saturday, get in towards early Saturday morning. We still going to have some snow over the Great Lakes, Wisconsin, and Michigan. So it's going to be a snowy one for y'all. So now, how strong the wind's going to be with the system. So at the same time, even though we're going to see a lot of snow, God, these are sustained winds and not wind gusts. These sustained winds is what's concerned. Look at over the Great Lakes. You got sustained winds over tropical storm force winds. Very strong sustained winds over towards Iowa. Wisconsin, getting some very strong sustained winds. Ohio, Indiana, and the north, very strong sustained winds over those Great Lakes. Those sustained winds is very, very high. Got sustained winds over 40 mile per hour sustained winds. The Great Lakes, you got 42 to 43 sustained winds. So these winds are going to be very, very strong. So now, how about a wind gust? The wind gust is going to be even stronger. Look at this. Over Indiana, Ohio, and the north, Iowa, you got very strong wind gusts. You got wind gusts anywhere from 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. So please be aware for that. That will knock down some trees. That will knock down some power lines. So please be aware for that. Very strong wind gusts over those Great Lakes. So it's going to be a windy one for y'all. And this wind starts making its way towards the northeast. So how about the GFS? GFS showing the same thing, but GFS is a little bit more ballistic with the wind, the same winds. You got sustained winds over the Great Lakes over strong tropical storm territory. Look at this. Indiana, Ohio, and the north got sustained winds over 30 to 32 mile per hour sustained winds. Very strong winds, especially over those Great Lakes. You got isolated sustained winds over 52 mile per hour sustained winds. Very, very strong. So be aware for that. How about wind gusts on the GFS model? GFS showing some very significant wind gusts. Look at this. Parts of South Mississippi, parts of Northern Mississippi, Tennessee, got wind gusts over 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Like, boy, it's going to be a windy one for a lot of people. Look at this. Look at this. Kentucky, West Virginia, got some very, very strong wind gusts up to 60 to 66 mile per hour wind gusts. Ohio got 56 mile per hour wind gusts. Pennsylvania got 62 mile per hour wind gusts. So please be aware for these very strong wind gusts. Even South Carolina is showing some very strong wind gusts up to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Ohio, very strong wind gusts. Over those Great Lakes, very strong wind gusts. So please be aware of these very strong wind gusts. So now, how much snow are we going to see out of this system? So I'm timing this out. I mean, like by the time I'm getting towards later day, look at this. Excuse me. About now into Saturday, now into this weekend, parts of Ohio, I see some snow, especially parts of Wisconsin, Michigan. You can see anywhere from 12 to 14 inches of snow, especially over those Great Lakes. You got isolated over 16 inches of snow, so it's going to bring a lot of snow for y'all. GFS showing some snow too. Same, not too much different than the European model, but still showing more snow for Ohio, Indiana, northern Indiana, northern in the north, Wisconsin, Michigan. You can see anywhere from 11 to 15 inches of snow, possibly 14 inches of snow more likely. So heavy snow with this system too. So now let's get right in towards the northeast, because the storm system will make its way towards the northeast and it will cause some impacts for y'all. So as we get later today, as we get in towards later day, not much happens, but look at this. By the time we get in towards 7, 8 p.m. this evening, look at this. Heavy rain start making its way towards Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, therein, but look at this. All this heavy storm starts making its way towards northern Pennsylvania and moving towards New York. Most of the snow will stay just north of y'all, Boston, but you still will see a lot of heavy rain with this system. A lot of snow for parts of New Hampshire, Vermont, going towards Maine, New York. Please be aware of this heavy rain. But look at this. Lots of heavy rain for parts of Massachusetts, so please be aware for that. So how much strong the winds are going to be with this system as it makes its way through. So the European model showing that sustained winds get pretty gusty right now. Not a whole lot of sustained winds. The strongest sustained winds are going to be just off the coast of Massachusetts. But still, even though the sustained winds not going to be very strong, those wind gusts are going to be very strong. You can easily get wind gusts over 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So you got sustained winds anywhere from 19 to 29 sustained winds. Very strong sustained winds for parts of New York, Vermont, Darien, New Hampshire, and Maine. So please be aware for this. So wind gusts. Wind gusts gonna be very strong. So even though the sustained wind is not gonna be strong, those wind gusts for parts of New Hampshire, guys, over New Hampshire, those wind gusts are gonna be very high. Look at this. Got wind gusts over 60 to 68 mile per hour wind gusts, possibly over 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Even some isolated areas you can see over hurricane force wind gusts. Yes. So even though the sustained wind is not going to be very strong, those wind gusts are going to be over hurricane force wind gusts. So please be aware for that. Look at this. Very strong wind gusts for parts of Pennsylvania. New York got wind gusts over 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. An isolated area of 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Yes. Boston got wind gusts over 30 mile per hour wind gusts. So that will knock down some power lines and some trees. GFS showing some good amounts of sustained winds, but a little bit more ballistic. Look at this. Just off the coast of Massachusetts, you got sustained winds over hurricane force sustained winds just off the coast of Massachusetts. Yes, this will cause some beach. New Hampshire, Vermont, very strong sustained winds. Maine, very strong sustained winds. New York, very strong sustained winds. And the wind gusts with the system, even more ballistic. Look at this. Parts of eastern Massachusetts, Maryland, Darien, got wind gusts over 59 to 62 mile per hour wind gusts. Maine, very strong wind gusts, so please be aware for these very strong wind gusts. How much snow we're gonna see out of the system? So now into 13, we're not going to see a whole lot of snow in parts of New York, but we'll see a decent amount of snow. Parts of New Hampshire and western Maine, we'll see a lot of snow, anywhere from 7 to 10, 11 inches of snow. Parts of New York, you can see anywhere from 5 to 6 inches of snow, but the heaviest snow will probably stay just to the east of y'all towards New Hampshire. The GFS showing a little bit more snow, not too much different than the European model, but still showing a lot of snow for parts of New York. A little bit more snow for New York on the GFS model. The GFS model is showing 12 to 14 inches of snow for parts of New York. New Hampshire, Maine, you can see anywhere from 16 to 18 inches of snow. A lot of snow for parts of Canada. So this is going to be it for this video. I hope you like it. If you do, please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Also, smash that like button. Peace.